Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest aliens and UFOs encounters video. Well, I have another good one here when it comes to a very unique experience that someone had in the world of aliens and UFOs. This is possibly linked to that missing time that some users state they have anytime they go from point A to point B, but then realize that for some reason they just don't have memory of what occurred between those two stops. And in some cases it's for a short time period, and other cases it's a much longer one. But in this particular experience, it happened to this user on the way back from getting some food, and to this day they don't know essentially what happened. Interesting stuff, because it makes me wonder how much of this remains unreported out there. It's very casual the way this user told their experience, so definitely something that makes me wonder if there's more of them out there. But yes, it comes from the reddit.com website. They're from the subreddit The Truth Is Here. The user is called Six Lucier, and they titled theirs as Our Strange Experience. So let's go ahead and let's share that entry here, and then I'll give my own thoughts and opinions on it afterward. So here's what they stated. My fiance and I decided to get some food and go to the beach one night. We got our food, got to the beach, and then ate in the car. The time was about 12:14 when we left. Now, my fiance's home is no more than a 5-minute drive from where we were. It's a small town, no traffic. So we get there, and after a minute or so, I say, "That's weird. I don't even remember driving back. I must be tired." And he says that he doesn't remember the drive back either. He then made some joke about aliens and memory loss, and we laughed for a second, which gave me the chills for some reason, but we both kind of brushed it off. And so we checked the time as we head in. It's now 12:45, an extra 20 to 25 minutes that neither of us remember, but don't really think too much on it at first. And so we start getting ready for bed, and I was questioning our time loss while also still trying to make jokes of it. And so I'm on the bed as he goes to turn off the light, and there's this slight vibration in the house. And then the noise started. It was like a hummingbird slash ringing noise, unlike anything either of us have ever heard. It felt like it was coming from above us, but it was also surrounding us. It was like something was right above the house itself. It's hard to explain, but we froze in fear as soon as we heard it, and I called his name multiple times because I was terrified. He asked if I could hear it too. I said yes. It felt like forever, but really probably lasted around 30 seconds. I get the chills when I think about that noise, that moment. My body was literally shaking in fear that night in bed. It's been 2 months, and it's something that I can't stop thinking about. And the following day, my fiance said he doesn't want to remember that night or even acknowledge it happened. He says he is scared and wants to pretend nothing happened. I'm also terrified, but I wish I knew the truth about that night. And then that's it. That's everything again that the user stated about their strange experience. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that here. Again, I mentioned a minute ago, I'm wondering how many of these other similar type experiences just go unreported. Those last couple of sentences kind of certifies it. The fiance not wanting to remember that night, acknowledge it, and then the idea that there's others are the same as well makes you wonder again how many times this has truly happened. And it made it seem like this was coming from a public area, no less, as far as this experience, because it happened at the beach. You got to wonder that there's other people there too, right? I mean, they left at midnight, but still, there's bound to be some people traveling about within that area. So whatever occurred to this couple, and as far as that missing time, it probably could have happened to other people in that area too. But yes, they did have that short time of about 20 to 25 minutes where there was nothing remembered. Isn't that kind of scary? It gets scarier the more you think about it, because it makes you wonder exactly when the next time that'll happen. That makes it probably more scarier for me, not realizing or having no idea when something like this could occur again. They happened to have that drive there at night, and it was just going to be a regular nonchalant drive, and then boom, that memory loss and that time loss happened right there. They had no idea what was going to occur, and then it was just done. And so imagine that. Imagine the next day or a week from now, or maybe another year from now, you have no idea when the next time will occur. So you have that in your back of your head, causing that type of fear. That's the kind of stuff that would make me more scared, some lingering doubt, something that there's a chance that this could occur again, that would cause me to feel much more much more paranoia than anything else. And then also the fact that this user, it said whatever it was seemed to follow them home because of the idea that something was up there on top of the house. Was it a UFO? We don't know. They didn't see that exactly, but it's kind of hard to say otherwise that it wasn't, right? Because here you have something that was above their house, floating, presumably, very large enough to cause the entire house, and as they put it, the surrounding area, to have this ringing sensation, to actually cause things to be able to vibrate. And then it happened for that short time period. Makes you wonder exactly, again, why that occurred. But if it did, it may have been a final send-off from whatever these things were that caused both the memory loss and then their visit at that user's beach house, and the idea that, or at their fiance's house, sorry, and the idea that it could happen again just leads me to think that there's going to be another confrontation or something else happening soon, because you always read about those stories about people having these type of encounters where they don't remember things afterward, and it's never just once. It's always going to happen sometime soon again. Scary stuff on that part. I was reading also some of the comments that people had. They were stating that this user should go visit some kind of hypnotherapist, try to see if they could have some kind of memory that's regressed, have it pop back up. You obviously heard that in the Betty and Barney Hill case, right? One of the most famous ones where that occurred to them as well, with that memory loss and then having those kind of sessions bring it back up. It's easy to say I recommend something like that, but at the same time, imagine if it brings up so many horrible things. What with regards to that missing time situation, there's a reason why sometimes the mind essentially keeps things in the dark. It's to make sure that it protects you, that it doesn't have any kind of lasting impact on you. So the idea that they could try this out and then see what occurred, that's one angle, but there's going to be definitely some bad repercussions that could come from it afterward. Scary stuff. Nobody wins in this situation when it comes to this user's experience. But if anybody has any more info, anything else I might have missed, then please post those comments below. Anybody familiar more with this story, if it happened there at that beach? I wish there would have been more info as to location-wise where this area was. But if anybody knows of a beach area that seems to have these type of missing time situations, then please, I'd love to hear what your comments are below. Right, everybody? Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.